To begin with, we need to define our hypothesis. In hypothesis testing, we start with two hypotheses. The null hypothesis is claiming that Buddhism is the most practiced religion in Singapore, and the opposite of the null hypothesis is to claim that Buddhism is not the most practiced religion in Singapore. Next, we gathered data about the religion practice in Singapore. Our data include the number of people practicing Buddhism, Christianity, Hinduism, Islam, and free thinking, as well as the percentage of people practicing each religion. In the data collected, Buddhism has 19 out of 60 respondents, which is about 32% of the sample. Christianity has 12, which is 20%. Hinduism has 5, which is around 8%. Islam has 9, around 15%, and free thinkers have 15, about 25%. For comparison, we also have data from online sources about the general population in Singapore with similar religion percentages. Now we move on to the statistical test itself. Since we are comparing a sample mean to a population mean, we will use the z-test. The significance level we selected is around 5%. To conduct the z-test, we will calculate the sample mean, population mean, sample standard deviation, population standard deviation, and the sample size. Using these values, we compute the z-statistics. We compute the z-statistics formula. Plugging in the numbers gives us a z-statistics of around 0.05. With the z-statistics and p-value calculated at 0.9601 with a significance level of 0.05. Since the p-value 0.9601 is much greater than the significance level of 0.05, we fail to reject the null hypothesis. This means that there is no strong evidence to suggest that Buddhism is the most practiced religion in Singapore. In other words, the data does not contradict the claim that Buddhism is the most practiced religion, so we accept the null hypothesis. Additionally, we calculated a 95% confidence interval for the true proportion of people practicing Buddhism in Singapore. The interval is from 10.95% to 16.49%. That means that with 95% confidence, the true proportion of people practicing Buddhism falls within this range. To sum up, based on the z-test results and the confidence interval, we failed to reject the null hypothesis that Buddhism is the most practiced religion in Singapore, and that there is no sufficient evidence to say that Buddhism is not the most practiced religion. This statistical test provides a solid way to validate or challenge claims using sample data, and in this case, the claim that Buddhism is the most practiced religion in Singapore is supported by the data shown here and here.